Hands up. Guess what? It's time. It's time. The Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, episode 166. Welcome to the channel. You're seeing the actual graphic early. I forgot to put it away. So for those who aren't gonna see it, it disappears. It just goes away until it's ready. You guys are ready for a new episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse? I am. I'm of course your host, Mike G. And with me today, is always, is the Jedi Counselor, the man in Mandalorian. We call him Wash. What's going on, sir?
Hello, thank you. Glad to be here. It has been a long, short week. I am very happy to be nestled in a Friday evening, wrapped in the comfort of the Nerdiverse, ready to talk all the things, and shut out any of the outside who came after the holiday. You know, they have to have a word for whatever that is after a holiday. You're like, what is
What is
I was
life?
just mellow, bro. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, it's like the Babadook, bro. It's like, what? Why are you here? Like,
They
I
give,
didn't,
they give you just enough days and just enough money to not revolt, dog. You know,
dude. Just enough. Just enough. Teeny weeny.
that shit is scientifically proven, bro. Yes, I don't know what that is. That general malaise that sets in after a holiday, and you have to come back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Next thing you know, you're reading emails, and you having to do outbound calls, and you having to have
Bro.
meetings and TPS reports, and you just want to kind of walk into the ocean, don't you? Like just there's got to be
Well,
more to life, dog. I mean,
you know, out there you got the ocean. Here you just got the woods. You know
just
what I
walk into
mean?
the
You're gonna get
woods.
lost.
Let
More
the
than
wind.
one person have gotten lost.
You just let the Wendigo take you, huh? You just let them.
Ooh,
You let the tree spirits take you, man.
yeah, yeah.
My cousin was asking me earlier. He's like, "What's worse? What's worse, '90s Bronx or like the Appalachian Mountains?" And I'm like, probably the Appalachians. There's some gnarly stuff that goes on up there, man.
I mean, yes, but 90s Bronx is pretty gnarly, man. I mean, go look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1989. New York, 90s.
It was so bad they needed Ninja Turtles for people not to die, dog. This was crazy.
New Jack City,
It's handing out
New York.
turkeys and stuff. Where was the Carter? Was it in the Carter in Queens or
What
something like that?
Queens, I think so. Taking over the Carter. Now
Take it
we
over
ain't
to
taking
Carter.
it. We taking over.
We the, we
Go check
cash
out that,
money
folks.
brothers.
That's an early episode, folks. It's an excellent episode.
What am
Excellent.
I? We didn't even really podcast. We are just thinking about the movie and laughing. We didn't even give like a review. It's such a good episode.
Great
Oh my
movie.
goodness. Speaking of
Did
good
we
episodes,
live watch that?
yes, we were hanging out. Me and you watched it together. I can't
And
remember. I
we
can't.
we potted when we were watching it, didn't we?
Yeah, we potted
Yeah,
while we was
yeah, yeah,
watching.
yeah. Yeah. That was
Had some
it.
pizza, had some beers, man. Those were good times, dude. Like early Nerdiverse, back when we were making our outfits in a cave. We were podcasting from the catacombs, Doug. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now we have these lush environments with snow and in snow and
Yeah.
in like
Peace.
chemical and
Quiet.
chemical spills.
Bro, like Garden Grove. Like how is that
You know what? Today we're going to be starting our brand new episode 166. You sure AI is bad? I literally had to pull the
nestled?
ripcord. Like once reality starts flowing back in, you got to
No,
shush it back out.
nestled in the Nerdiverse, bro.
Nestled in the Nerdiverse. Just to remind everybody, this is a live show, so if you want to stop by, say hi. Just so we're not just talking to Twitch automatic, you know, marketing specifications. Stop by. Well, we won't bite your hard. Um, Remember to like the content if you like the content. Subscribe to the channel to be made aware when new episodes of Master Nerdiverse is going live are releasing, and comment. Let us know your thoughts. For tonight's episode 166, there's a big week coming. The big week is next week. We're going to be getting a state of play, PlayStation, Xbox. We're getting Nintendo, and we're getting Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
So it's Vigia Games the week. So we'll see what that looks like then. But this week, I think we have some really interesting talking points. Wash, before we start everything or anything, which of these four topics, starting with the X-Men 97 Season 2 trailer, that was high on a lot of our lists when that came out. This is an interesting one. I want your thoughts on the George R. Gutierrez cutting ties with Amazon and the AI initiatives that they're working on. The Steam Deck price rise, which is upset the industry. That's kind of crazy. And last but not least, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 trailer dropped. I have thoughts on that. I'm curious if you do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of these four topics, which one do you want to talk about the most at the start of all things?
You know what? Surprisingly enough, I think I'm going to go with COD, man. I mean, COD does not make it to the channel very often. We are grown ass men, and we do not like tournament battles. So, yeah, I'm interested to talk a little COD. Yeah, so that is where I'm thinking. Although, I do have questions about X-Men. Questions that need answers.
If you need these answers, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna keep pushing that. We're almost to 100. I can taste it in my bones. We're almost to 100, which seems like nothing to a lot of channels, but it's big for us. We grow. Big things come from small beginnings. To quote David in Prometheus, bad alien movie, good alien movie, if that makes sense.
I love that alien movie. It was a great movie.
It's not an alien movie, but it's an alien movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's all right. Like, it's good. It's good for what it is. Yeah, man, it's good for what it is. I didn't hate it. But anyways, I let it go. It's like, I get it. I understand what people were saying, but at the same time, it was an alien movie, you know? It was just not the alien movie you were looking for. Much like some of the games we talk about that are called Alien, Under Earth, and it's like...
Death Storm.
What? So, is this Alien? No? All right, maybe. Okay.
It's Alien at home. I'm starting to get more comfortable with the at-home aspect of gaming, but I guess that's a whole other conversation, because sometimes I don't need, Street Fighter. I can use Street Fighter at home. I can make that work. But before we get into any of these topics, I have to ask Wash the eternal, immortal question. How was your week?
Long week. Week was fine. But the highlight of the week, actually, there are two highlights of this week thus far, and both having to do with my favorite thing, which is Star Wars. I saw Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah. Mandalorian, Wash, back in the theater. It's been years. Good times. Movie, theater going experience, it's not what I remember. So I do have some questions in regards to you, in regards to just movie theater going, because it's been a minute. So are my expectations a little, skewed? Yeah. Should I calm down a bit? So we'll get to that. But did you see Mandalorian and Grogu?
I did not see Mandalorian and Grogu. I meant to see it, just couldn't get to it. It was a busy weekend. Yeah. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
My thoughts are, it was exactly what I wanted. It was a big ball of fun. It's exactly what I said it was going to be. Grab your popcorn, sit down. I can't do it off cue, but that's it. You got Grogu doing Grogu doing Grogu things, Mando doing Mando things. There are some fantastic hut scenes. I mean, Return of the Jedi, we are all Return of the Jedi children here, and it's like, to see the huts in their magnificence now, it's like, man, this is pretty dope. I don't know what you've heard about the movie. A lot of folks are like, what we talk about, stakes. There weren't any stakes. There are stakes. I say there are stakes, and we will talk about that at a later time, but I'm certainly not going to spoil that for you or anyone who has yet to see it since it was just out. Um, that said, I love what they're doing with Grogu. Grogu is collecting quite the cast of characters as you think further into Star Wars, and it's
Mm.
like, you know, like Grogu has Jack Black, right? Grogu has Bo-Katan in his pocket already, right?
Ahsoka, Luke.
Ahsoka, Luke in his pocket. We still don't know what happened to the dude who saved him in his pocket. He's get some other people. He's got the Mandalorian in his pocket and the Mandalorian crew in his pocket. Grogu has become quite the central figure in Star Wars without, and it's something that gets tied together in the movie, and you're like, oh, and only a Star Wars head is going to be like, oh, what's this mean? But when you start to look at the branches that are coming off Grogu, it's like, what are we setting up? Because if there's a call to be made, there is currently one person who can make a call and bring all parties to a table. Yes, sir.
Quick question. I once said, and this was my crackpot theory, is that the Mandalorian, the titular Mandalorian, is not Din Djarin. It's Grogu. Does this kind of cumulation of forces in relationships lend more to my crackpot credence, or do you think I'm still kind of fishing with my at the end
I
of the day?
remember you
End of all
saying that.
things.
I
Yeah.
remember you saying that. I do think as the title stands right now, they're two separate people, right? But
Mhm.
I can definitely see, let's say 7 years in the future, like
Right.
Mandalorian and Grogu, and it goes Mandalorian Grogu.
Yeah.
You know what
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. That's what I'm
right? So,
saying.
yeah, I can see, I can see how they're doing that. I think that you were certainly going to enjoy what you see of this
Good.
movie. I don't think you're going to have any issues whatsoever. I know you were a bit concerned coming off the trailers, the
Yeah.
stakes,
Yeah.
but we can discuss the stakes later. And, you know, because again, I'm not sure that they're completely evident. They're not things that I've been seeing talked about. And of course, I got some Star Wars nerd book stuff to tie in that's going to be real like, what are they doing? So
Yeah.
we will talk about that at a later date. Quick question in regards to the movie going experience.
Yeah.
First, there were 8 people in my theater.
Sounds about
One
right.
was under the age of 40. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Remember when Star Wars played on 7 screens and
Ooh.
all 7 were filled from like at 9 a.m. through 12 a.m. showing? Do you remember that? Because,
Yes.
folks, that was a thing. Like, you went there and it was like Star Wars, all
The
booked.
event. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a little shocked. I'm getting a little hot just talking about it. So
It yeah.
go. That's one. Two. My screen was a little dark. I'm not sure if it was shot dark, so I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on it
Yeah.
because I'm not sure if it was shot dark. Which, if they did, I'm kind of questioning. Like, even though the budget did come out and it's like 300,000 or 300,000. They spent more than 300,000 on this movie, right? Yes, they had to. 300
They
million.
had to. They had to be 300 million.
The budget just
Thousand?
came out. It had to. They had to. Right. That makes sense. So anyway, the budget just came out, and I'm wondering if it was because it still kind of looks like a Disney Plus show on the screen for a minute, and you're like, is this just a shot or is this my screen? I was not very impressed. I was like, I could have watched this at home and
Yeah.
probably been just as satisfied as far as just magnitude. If I turn down all the lights and everything, it's like, no, movie. Because we only get, like, it's our view. We go into the box. Like,
Yeah.
it's a fact. Like, doesn't matter where the box is. We lock in and go into the box. So that box can be big or that box can be tiny. We'll go into it. So
Question: did you watch it on IMAX?
no, I did not. Just a regular
Ah,
movie
okay.
theater. Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So To answer your first question in regards to just the overall attendance, right? Yes. When I saw Revenge of the Sith, it was that kind of situation where it was literally it's showing on 7 screens. One is packed. You got to rub elbows with sweaty nerds, and we're all lightsaber fighting outside, right?
Yeah.
But mind you, this is in Los Angeles, California, huge market, you know, man's Chinese theater type event, right? So one thing, were were you in a major metropolitan area when you
Oh
saw
man,
this?
I was in small old like Wisconsin, Dells, Wisconsin, bro. Like, yeah, no, same thing. You went to the theater and it was just Star Wars, all screens, and it's like, yeah, man.
Also, two, uh, no, the theaters still haven't recovered from COVID. So even when I go see the big movies, IMAX showing LA, it's like maybe 20 people. It's never
Wow,
filled. I saw
wow.
the last time I saw a packed theater, I want to say it wasn't even for Superman. Even Superman, they were like kind of empty. Dang, it's been a while since I've seen a packed theater. In total. And it's all just elderly people putzing around, finding things to do throughout the day. Saw Fantastic Four, wasn't a lot of people in there. Saw,
Man,
saw Superman, wasn't a lot of people in there. So I mean, it's the theaters are still recovering. And lastly, two things. It's so much to that question. Um, they didn't really do a good job to me marketing this film. They didn't really do a good job. It was like too little, too late, almost. And they're in this thing where they want to keep things so mysterious and play their card so close to the chest that no one really knew what to make of it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Um, if they just would have never called him Grogu, I think this character would still be as if you just would have left it as Baby Yoda, right? Baby Yoda is way bigger than Grogu. Let's just
yeah,
be
but
facts, right?
yeah,
But
but
I
I
get it.
don't.
I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah,
But that's just the problem, right? So I think if we got the name drop at the very end of the series, that would have been excellent. Oh, by the way, and he tells you, my name is Grogu. He doesn't need to be gleamed by Ahsoka or something. Now he can finally talk. My name is Grogu. Shake my hand, Grogu. You're a Mandalorian. I think that would have been a better sell than what the hell is a Grogu? Him. Okay, he just goes, "Wah," and now you know what I'm saying? So I think the name isn't sexy, if that makes sense. You
yeah.
know, it's not Star Wars Episode XYZ. It's
Nope,
not. It's not Revenge of the Sith. It's
nope.
it's Mandalorian. Huh? That's one of those things where it's like it reminds me of Jaws. You said you yell Barracuda, people say, "Huh? What?" You yell Shark. That gets a lot of attention, right?
Yeah,
So, and the last thing I'll say,
Barracuda.
Barracuda. Shout outs, shout outs, heart, dude. And honestly, to me, talking about your screen, you get a better visual quality from your TV than you do from movie theaters nowadays.
Yeah, you see, now that is a problem for me because for a minute, with the lack of people, I'm like, I can become a theater person again. This popcorn, it's all right, but like it's not a bad. It's air conditioned, big, but if the screen quality is kind of questionable at the price point, it's like, what are we doing, man? You need to, you know me, I don't like loud as is. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
don't need IMAX. Like it's not. I don't need that in my life. So,
yeah. It's just, and the problem is that we're so close in TV. The way they do Disney Plus is too close to actual theater experience that there is no differential. Like the graphics look good. Disney Plus is known for giving you theater level, film level quality, right? The
yeah,
problem is that when you put out a movie, it looks exactly the same as what you're putting out
valid.
on Disney Plus. So there is no differential. There's no separation of church and state. You're kind of just like, I could have watched this at home, man.
Yeah.
Comfortable. On my 8K, you know what I'm saying? Like OLED TV, that's gonna look a
Hey,
thousand times better than anything a theater can output.
and I don't have that. I just have a Vizio. You know what I mean? So
But
anyway,
still,
right,
it'll look clearer and
right.
more concise than a theater going experience. Like, it just depends on your theater too. Like that's what I was asking. Is it an IMAX? Is it a big screen?
And
Is
they're
it
talking about,
laser digital? You know?
we'll talk about this another when you see it, because I'm curious if you see the same things I do, because you're going to see some
Yeah.
shadows, and they're either there or it was just our theater that we were at, where it's like, oh yeah, you need a new screen, bro. Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
The other thing I'll say is there was like 2 people working in the entire theater, which I was like, damn,
I could
hard
just case
times,
this
huh?
place. I could case this place and just no
Bro,
one's gonna stop.
you
Jesus.
you buy your ticket, popcorn, candy, all from the same person. He's sweeping. It's like, I mean, I'm just saying. Again, I have not been to a theater since pre-COVID. In fact, I want to say the last movie I saw in the theater, did Rise of Skywalker come out or did
Damn.
Endgame come out first?
Oh, I want to say Rise came out first, but I
So
could be
Endgame
wrong.
was like the last one I went to the theater.
Uh,
No, the silent movie. I went to go see that one with John Krasinski.
yeah, A Quiet Place.
Yeah, Quiet Place. I went to go see that in the theater. That was probably the last one I saw. So, and that was like 2018. So it was pre-COVID. So anyway, yeah. Other than that, good week. I love Mandalorian Grogu. I thought it was great. If I had a theater here that did like $5 Tuesday, I'd go down and see it at least 3 more times just because
Yeah.
some of the scenes were so freaking dope. And yeah, we'll talk more about it. The second thing I did this week also has to do with Star Wars and the most excellent Black Spire book. For the love of God, the book is based. It's called something from Star Wars Galaxy, that just literally the amusement park. Like, this is where this book is based off of, and it is so freaking awesome. And it takes place. It's kind of a spiritual successor to the book Phasma,
Hmm.
and essentially it takes place like deep into episode 8 and 9, like in
Oh,
between
okay.
there. Right. So we are really filling in gaps about First Order. But essentially, what ends up happening is these two damaged. Let me ask you, do you know who Commander Cardinal is?
I do not. But before you jump in, Bradley, what's cracking, dude? It's good to see Bradley in the chat. Bradley in the chat. Holler at us, man. It's quiet in here. It's quiet in here. Uh, I do not know of that captain. Please educate me.
Commander Cardinal. And this is why I'm asking. In episode 7, 8, or 9, do you remember an Imperial in all red who is like next to Phasma, or is that just kind of my memory?
Bro, Phasma was so effing cool.
I know, but
He's
there's
such
like
a
a
waste of a
second who's
character.
right below Phasma,
It's when
and
the
he's in
guy had no
all
line.
red.
The guy probably had no lines
And
and blended into Star Wars color. Probably, you know what I'm
I
saying? Like,
can't remember if he was in the movies or not, so I don't know, but I'm assuming he was because he's also in the cartoon series, Star Wars,
kids.
something of that nature.
Yeah,
Second
Star Wars
season is
kids.
great. Um, but anyway, Captain Cardinal is like a captain in the Imperial Army. He's a badass, and essentially, there's a rebel who works for General Organa at this time, which is awesome to
Mhm.
hear. She's just giving orders. These
Around.
are two
Yeah.
broke, damaged individuals. They are broke emotionally. One has tortured the other, like like one has turned back now. Captain Cardinal's like, I'm no longer First Order because I was brainwashed, etc., etc. Not going to go into it, but the premise of the story is: go to the General Organa, go to this planet over here. I need you to start a rebellion. I need you to set up an outpost because the First Order might run us gunshot. And here's what I need you to do. You're taking that Captain Cardinal dude who tortured you in that last book for like 8 hours.
Dude, kiss, kiss, make up.
Have fun.
Kiss, make up,
And
dude.
so it just sends you off on literally the beginnings and building of a rebellion with these two damaged characters. And it is amazing. It's freaking fantastic. Black Spire. Second thing I did, it's always the ones you don't see coming and they always surprise you. And it's like, what in the holy hell? No one read this book. No
Yeah,
one cares.
yeah.
But yes, you should read it. So
Isn't it great to go into things with zero expectations and be surprised?
yeah.
Isn't it just a great feeling? You know what I'm saying? Did this story inspire you to dive a bit deeper into the sequel
Oh,
trilogy?
I am still I am head deep into the sequel trilogy. I cannot freaking like give me more at this stage because
Mm,
that was already the Poe Dameron book, which I've mentioned, Free Fall, that takes place pre sequels, but it's still Poe. So I was already getting there, and now that I'm here, like, do you know what the First Order are? I mean, they mention it, but it's brushed over so quickly that you don't really
not
know.
really, because they don't really talk a lot about the organization.
So what ends up happening is the admiral, the young kid who's yelling in the Nazi
The red
photo, his
hair,
dad,
yeah.
yeah, his dad ends up. This is like after Thrawn, all of this nonsense is going on, and he's one of the admirals left, and Palpatine has a successor, and he's like, so here's what we're gonna do. We are about to take a bunch of children and we are just going to flat out brainwash them and they will be called the First Order. And
That sounds
essentially
about right.
that is what the First Order becomes. And so when you look at like it's a poorly told story when you look at the context, but when you look at that one iconic shot and you see all those stormtroopers and then you start connecting that, it's like those are all literally brainwashed children.
Well, it makes sense because what is the opening of A Force Awakens? It's Finn as a brainwashed stormtrooper coming to senses when they're literally raising a village and stealing the children
Yeah,
to add to their collective.
yeah.
And Kylo Ren is there himself because he heard that there was a Jedi among them. So it makes sense that that's their modus operandi because that's the crux of that's the beginning of the story, really.
And so, since they do such a poor job of grabbing hold of that, you lose all of that. And the First Order doesn't get scary like the
Mm-mm.
Empire did with Palpatine, because it never has that chance to bubble and boil. It is filled in the backstory in the books, games, etc. But
Right.
for the average fan, no, man. And the First Order is like, you did what? It's one of those things. It's like
Yeah.
Cage. It's like, wait, we're talking about what right now?
Yeah. That's the subject
Oh,
matter, bro. I see why you
okay.
glance over it. It's like Freddy. It's like Freddy Krueger. Like Freddy Krueger rules. He's a child predator, right? Like, no. Freddy Krueger rules. He's actually like a child. You know, he's a PDF file, right? No. He's all cereal boxes.
Nah,
He's
bro,
showing
at
up.
Comic Con wearing my
Yeah,
sweater.
wearing
What are you
my
talking
sweater.
about, bro? Yeah.
He's on Sally Jesse Raphael, bro. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna brush over his origin. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. So I love it when Star Wars is deep. I love it when it's layered. I love it when there's stakes. I love it when there's no stakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, okay, I got to check it out. But you know what? Bradley saying he has to check out that book. So yeah,
Read Phasma first. Great book, but that's the
dude,
predecessor. So just as dark.
her armor is made of a starship, bro. There's
Oh, I
so much.
didn't know that.
Yeah, her silver armor is based off of one of the old Coruscant starships.
Oh,
The
that's
super
dope.
glossy ones. That
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's made from the hull of one of those starships.
A
A Corellian
Corellian.
cruiser. A
Yeah,
Corellian
Corelli
cruiser.
Cruiser. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Gotcha. Very
See?
good. Very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Michael, how was your week, my friend?
Oh, my week was crazy, bro. Like I had so much plans to do for over the holiday and didn't really do much of anything. It just was one of those, man, where I just really I wanted to do this, I wanted to see these movies, I wanted to work on this, and it just all kind of went belly up. But I did have a good week in regards to Nerdiverse stuff. I put up my Beetlejuice, which is my 1/6 scale. He's
Ooh,
excellent. He's back there amongst the squadron. Beautiful figure, man. It's just I just wanted to, I don't really get to talk. I don't really, mix, you know, um, mix business and pleasure, as it were. Like talk about, figured it out here, but I just this figure's too good. It's just such a good. work of art. It's two separate head sculpts of crazy looking Beetlejuice and normal looking Beetlejuice, wool hair, so it's like actual hair that you have to futz with and style and stuff. One face is just Michael Keaton, which is back there. One is him doing a cartoon eyeball blowout with his mouth open and tongue. It's crazy, dude.
So it's a replaceable head, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
two
Okay, I
different heads.
understand.
So if you want to do like a
Glow in the
crazy
dark.
one, hmm?
Glow in the dark.
Yes, reflective.
Reflective.
So it's beautiful, man. He's back there. And he's like that shelf is just done. I posted it on Instagram and I posted it on the Reddit. Got some love there. It's just oh my god, I can't stop staring at it. It's just such a good figure. There's a Chewy out there that's calling my name, but Abby's broke, so we gotta chill on Chewy for right now. Speaking of that, Bradley called it the big thing. Before I talk about that, I want to talk about Forza real quick. I want to talk
Okay.
about Forza 4. So I've been playing more Forza. I kind of hit
Six.
a wall. 6, yeah, on Xbox. Kind of hit a wall because that game got hard really, really fast. You know what I mean? It kind of Dark Souls me, where it's like, okay, you're having fun in games until you have to do the night drifting challenges, where you literally it's a race. You're going down like, you know, the hills of like rural Japan. And it's just all it is initial D drifting. If you don't know how to do that, you're just SOL, bro. Like you lose every single race because the AI is perfect. The AI is just going to run the race. So you have to be just as perfect with the AI to do these difficult like maneuvers. And when I got mad is when it hit me with, we see that you've lost several races in a row. Do you want us to lower the difficulty? I was livid, dude. I was like, talking to? Now I'm locking in. And I was just right there. I played it for 6 hours. I still didn't get third place in that damn race. It's so hard, bro. And then I went up, and then in my frustration, you know how I do. I went and I tried to encyclopedia brown it as much as possible. I literally went on YouTube. How do you drift? You know, Horizon Forza 6. It is nothing but hour and a half long tutorials on how you drift. Just drifting. The science of drift.
Hour and a half tutorials.
45 minute to hour and a half tutorials on how to effing drift. And I'm like, I'm not doing that, bro. I just want to go vroom in my car and listen to my tunes, man. I'm not, and it's like mandatory races that you have to qualify for. And I'm like, I'm going to jump back in because Mama didn't raise no quitter. But it just got hard out of nowhere. It's a fun game, but there's a difficulty spike that just kind of hits you. And it's like you got to tune your car and you got to set modifications and change the weight. I don't want to know how to do all that. I pay a mechanic to know how to do that. I want to hit X to go, beat a brake, and listen to Sade while I race, man. That's all I've ever asked for. And now they're asking too much of me. So it's another Crimson Desert situation. It's like, am I getting too old? Am I too old to game, dog? I'm having an existential crisis about it.
No, I don't think so, because I have jumped into Forza. I've played some Forza. I've played some races, and I stopped playing Forza because at its core it is a racing game, and that's cool. That's not bad, right? And I still will hop into Forza, but it's not like my main. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Because essentially, unless you like racing, they didn't give me enough to do. Like cruising around, running into things and getting points, it doesn't really necessarily do that for me. Whereas, there are a ton of races. There's the story, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's cool, but I kind of wanted to not necessarily have to race eight races in order to get third place to figure out how bad of a driver I am, and that's where the racing game comes in that. So I still think it's a fantastic game. I still think it's probably a 10. It's not a 10 for me because I'm not a car guy. If I was a car guy, it'd be a 10. I give it an 8, like a solid 8, but for me, it doesn't necessarily have the staying power, even though there is a wide variety of vehicles you get to drive, wide variety of places. Tokyo looks great. I have no qualms with the game whatsoever, with the exception of fact it's a racing game, man. I, I'm good for Daytona, but
Daytona.
I played Daytona for like $4 or $5. I didn't play Daytona for 75 hours.
Yeah. Um, watch
So I'm
it.
saying,
Bradley said the game called you trash. Yes, it did. The game said I was ass, dog. I couldn't handle that. You stupid machine. I'm
you're
the one in
trash.
control. You're
That's
trash,
funny,
dog. You know what, machine? I'm locking in.
bro.
Um,
Be
well,
careful what you say to machines.
I know. Be
Robopocalypse.
careful. We'll talk about Robocalypse. They'll roll you into a Katamari ball, and next thing you know, you're part of the homunculus, dog. I was complaining about this to Wash over the week, and I was like, Wash, am I crazy? I'm bumper carring across roads and stuff. I'm running into stuff. I know how to drive, right? And Wash said, you know how to drive, but you don't know how to race. And I
Yeah.
said, mother effer, you just nailed it right then and there. Like, you know what? Fine. I don't know how to race. I don't know when to slow down or when to speed up, or that's the learning curve, right? So, am I willing to throw myself at this game out of sheer spite because nothing else is out?
And it called you trash.
And it called me trash to my face. So there's plenty reasons for me to lock back in. So yes, I'm not going to quit it. I still want to play it. I don't want to go back to my ex, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crawling back. That game is wrapped.
I have to say, I'm probably going to buy it. My brother told me he loves it. He's about as far as you are in it. He showed me it's 3 computer screens, like it's super pretty. He's 60, 70, 80 hours in. He's like, yeah, you haven't done like anything. And I'm like, he's like, do you like Witcher?
To anything I've
Yes,
said
I have. I have.
Months.
I have. But here's 2 things. A, we like different things. We really do.
Okay.
And that's one of the beauties of the channel is that we really do like some different things.
Yeah.
Number 2, he looked at me, he's like, do you like Witcher or Skyrim? I'm like, Skyrim.
Both.
He's like, oh, you're going to love it. And that I was sold because my brother knows he bought me like 3 copies of Skyrim. You know what I mean? Like he knows what I'm going to like. And you, my friend, hold on. You are a Witcher guy, are you not?
Yes, but I'm also a Skyrim guy.
Yeah, but you are a Witcher guy. Yeah, but you are a Witcher guy. You are a Witcher guy.
Okay.
I am not even a Witcher guy. So I will probably end up buying it.
Okay, you know what, Wash? Go for it.
I told you.
I got it. Go for it. You know what? I'm not even going to fight you. You already know. I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to warn you vehemently on this channel for the last probably 2 months.
Yes, so you have.
You buy it, play it, and when you're at hour 55, talk to me.
Okay.
We're gonna have a come to Jesus moment about this game, and once and for all, maybe I'm crazy, maybe because the whole earth seems to love this effing game, but for all the wrong reasons to love a game. You know, it's like going to Red Lobster for the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so dumb.
I go for the cheddar biscuit, but what about the lobster? Yeah, whatever.
Really
this the cheddar biscuit, bro.
It's like, hey, bro, you want Red Lobster tonight? Yeah, man. I'm gonna get the Cheddar Bay biscuits, bro. I'm gonna get the shrimp fiesta. And my man, the second we get there, he just bolts to the bathroom. He's in there for 45 minutes. Excellent bathroom, man.
Dude,
are you gonna eat, bro? Are you gonna eat? Now can we go? I'm done. That's Crimson. But you know what? I'm not gonna get into it. I've said my piece.
You have.
But I'm curious to see. I'm so curious to see your thoughts. I'm so curious to see your thoughts.
I was surprised at how much he was enjoying himself with it. I was surprised, and he's a big fantasy or Final Fantasy 14 guy. Like, you know, thousands of hours. He's one of those dudes. So, you know, I gotta swing for the fences on this one and be like, yeah, we'll see. Had he said it's more like Witcher, I would have been like, yeah, no, I'm out. But he said, no, it's like Skyrim. And I went, I could use a size Skyrim in my life.
I'm going to say one last thing. It's more like everything. And that's the problem. It's really like, it's like looking at it's like looking at a Pollock painting. You see what you want to see in that game.
And so I was going to ask you, because you have played them all, right? You played the most recent Zelda, the
Most
cool one,
Yeah.
the open world one, right? The
Yep.
one that
Played that.
everybody won
Beat it.
Game of the Year, right?
Beat
You've
it.
played Skyrim.
Yep.
You haven't played Red Dead yet, so that's kind of new for
Not
you.
two, but one.
Not two. So you played Fallout 4.
Yep.
Where does this game rank in comparison to the greats of is it in the same ballpark of these great pantheon of just endless in Zelda you find like what is it 100 or 1,000 acorns or something you gotta find people were they're
The
loving it.
Skulltulas and all that stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta found acorn.
You know what? I'll say this. In the pantheon of games like this, right? The search 'em alls, the make your own adventures, the sprawling, vistas, the beautiful gameplay. This game lacks with all those games. This game lacks one important thing that all the other games you mentioned has, and that's a soul. This game has no soul. You
It's the
play,
Starfield problem.
it's the Starfield problem. You play this game, you play Ocarina of Time, you play um, 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 Breath of the Wild, you play Skyrim. You feel something playing the game. You're invested in your main character. You're invested in the story. You're invested in other people in the world. I could care less about anyone in this entire game, myself included. I'm numb to anything that's happening outside of, ooh, that was cool. It's the most vapid gaming experience since Tetris. It's just,
Interesting.
I'm telling you now, if you care about narrative, if you care about theme, if you care about stakes, if you care about direction, if you care about focus, if you care, it
But
doesn't have any of that.
Starfield, like, and this is my thing. Like, if you said, "Hey, Brian, knowing what I know now, and I've tried to go back and play Starfield, but I recently, much like you, said, you know what, the second run, we're just done because there's no soul to this game. It is
Yeah,
just,
it's
planet
hey,
hop, fast screens, this, that, and the other. Um, yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm
you,
excited. I'm hoping to get in the next week or two. We'll see what
yo.
happens.
Bradley said, "Now you're old. Welcome to the club." Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am old man yells at cloud. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm 75 hours into a game and I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Even if you play if I play NBA Live, you know why I'm playing it? To do cool dunks, spin around, and win the game.
But
I
you are 75 hours into the game. How far are you in the Borderlands 2 or 4?
10%.
So,
Because it's not fun. Borderlands is not. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's not engaging. What I'll say about Crimson Desert is that the core gameplay, once you get it, because it's like learning how to drive a manual transmission. Uh, Once you figure it out, you're kicking butt. But the game requires so much of you that you kind of lose yourself in the sauce. You're gonna forget how to play other games playing this game. It's a bad relationship, Doug. But
trust
does
me.
it look pretty? Yeah, once you get it locked in. After 25 freaking patches and counting, does the game look finally
Another
good?
one today. They all drop on Friday,
Today.
apparently. Yeah, they dropped
Yeah.
another one.
You know, so I don't know, man. Maybe I
All
am
right.
just old and I don't know, but I enjoy other things, you
All
know.
right.
I sure as hell enjoyed Resident Evil. That was nice and easy,
All
lemon
right.
squeezy. But only other thing I really did with my week is I watched in its entirety Spider-Man Noir on
Oh, it's
Amazon
out.
Prime.
I
It's
didn't
out.
even know it was out. Okay, fair enough.
It's out.
Thanks.
Bradley mentioned it earlier, but I wanted to kind of hold that as my closing for the week. Spider-Man Noir stars Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man, as Ben Riley, set in a 20s, almost like pulpy crime noir Spider-Man. Let's talk about it. Bradley, tell me your thoughts. There's two different ways you can watch this. You can either watch it in color or watch it in black and white, right? Pure noir experience. I don't care. I watched it in color because I wanted to see the vibrantness. And sometimes that black and white can get grating on my old man eyes, and I need some differential in view. Um, Bradley says Nick Cage is trash. I beg to differ. I love me some Cage, and Nick Cage steals every single scene he's in. It's funny. I was just watching The Burrows on Netflix, which is pretty much just Stranger Things, but with old people. It's
Okay.
like retirement home Stranger Things, and it's funny that you see this actor.
Cocoon.
It's Cocoon with mystery and mystery boxes, and
Yeah.
it's fine, dog. My rant's too crazy to text. We'll link up, B. Um, that you can hear like the denture talk. You know, when you got to keep your teeth together because they just might fall out. Um, you hear it in Gina Davis. Got she's such a national treasure, but she talks with the denture talk, and it's
And
hard not to see through it. And so does Nicolas Cage. He has kind of like that denture talk. So you can't quite understand what they're saying. Other than that, it's beautiful, man. It's
ooh.
beautiful, man. It's such. This is what Sony should have been doing from the jump. Not Mobius, not Craven the Hunter, not Madam Web. This. I was mad I liked it because I'm like, I don't want to give Sony any kind of praise. Just sell Spider-Man back to Marvel so we could be done with you. But I give credit where credit's due. And this was good. I was originally worried about how they're overstuffing it with villains. The
Yep.
villains really played their parts subtly and weren't too over the top. There was one guy who was really over the top. Um and apparently that's just his character in the comics. So fine. I'm not a big Spider-Man noir guy, so I don't know the lore like backwards and forwards. Um it does this trope that I don't like, and not to give too much of a spoiler, where it's like, I don't want to be the hero anymore. I just want to be me. Right. So it gives them a reason to not show the main hero as often as they should be, because he doesn't want to be the hero. He's reluctant. I'm not putting the mask on again, So guess
Yeah.
what?
Rough than the hero. Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying because it just gives them reasons to not have him in costume because he doesn't want to, right? But when he's in costume, it's very well done. Um, and I can't recommend it enough. It's super good.
Question. Just one main one, actually. What are we talking lengthwise? Varies. 1 hour, 30 minutes. What are we talking? Each
One
episode's coming in.
8 episodes, 1 hours each. Quick.
You
Eight.
and you just took it all down all at once,
Just
huh?
I cut it in half. Watched four one night, for the other night.
Okay.
Easy
All
peasy.
right. All right. Well, it's not terrible then. You know what I mean? So,
No,
that's excellent news, and I will have to start digging into that because they did not do a good job of announcing that. Really, I had no idea it was out. I saw like one black and white thing, and it was like, oh, all right. I'm sure it's coming soon, but I haven't been on Prime that often. Yeah, actually, no,
yeah.
no.
Bradley said,
Cage was the last time I was on Prime.
Cage,
Cage.
don't get me started on effing Cage. Cage too, Doug. Bradley said I have some concerns about him being Ben Riley. Are they doing the Spider-Man clone saga? So in the what I do know about this series is that they probably legally couldn't call him Peter Parker because of the whole Marvel thing. So as kind of like a play, they called him Ben Riley, which is, for everybody who knows, it's the Scarlet Spider, the clone of Spider-Man during the Spider-Man clone saga. A cute thing they did in this series is a throwaway line where they say, man, I knew you back in the day. If you didn't change your name, I would have never found you. So we get a hint that he did change his name from something else to Ben Riley. So it kind of tells you maybe his first name was Peter Parker back in the day and he had to switch it back.
Are
Cute.
we gonna see him into the Spider Verse
What's
part
funny is
3?
this is the same. They make a mention of it. They make a
Okay.
mention of Spider Verse when they open the show. He says, "A long time ago, someone asked me what universe this was, and he's like, I don't know. It's just mine." And it's like, so it tells you this is just some weird multiverse thing where it's two different. Nah, this is the Spider-Man Noir that was the cartoon version of Into the Spider Verse, but that event happened years ago.
Okay.
So this is the future of that event, which is cute, and I like that they're showing some continuity in a very non-continuous series. it begs to ask, what universe is this? It's the noir universe. Funny fact is that at a time in Marvel, a couple of characters got the noir marker because they were trying to do a thing. It was like there was Spider-Man noir, there was Punisher noir. I want to say there was Black Panther noir, where it was just set in this funky universe where it's like the 1920s and Roaring 20s. When Marvel kept trying to put these characters in different time frames, like the 1692 Spider-Man run, where everybody was back in like stupid like Shakespeare times.
We don't need that.
We don't need that. So the only we don't need that. It's not neat. So yeah, there was a whole noir. Look it up. There's a whole noir kind of movement. And Spider-Man noir, of course, is the only one that survived that nonsense because he looked cool. It was in a couple of video games. So
and he's Spider-Man.
C'est la vie. When your name is when your name is Spider-Man, you can get away with a lot.
Yeah, bro. Lion, you get to do what you want.
You kind of get to do what you want. Does this play into incursions and Cage being Ghost Rider? I mean, I have my thoughts about what Secret Wars is, going back into Marvel Secret Wars. And yeah, I don't see why they couldn't have Spider-Man Noir in the mask and then having Ghost Rider with the flaming skull and have them both be voiced by Cage. Who cares at that point? You know what I mean? You know, they're only going to be on screen for 2 seconds anyway, just for the cameo for cameo's sake. So bring it, you know, I still think that is Marvel versus DC. No. But I'm insane. And apparently, you know, that's my insane ramblings. But yeah, I think the incursion's going to play in that. And I think it's going to be a big old cuddle puddle by the time Secret Wars comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Big old cuddle puddle. Yeah.
Good to hear. Looking forward to it for sure. And yeah, I like Nicolas Cage.
I love Nicolas Cage, man.
Still got that Mortal Kombat brain.
I got to see that. Mortal Kombat 2. I got to see
Me
that.
too.
Mike Prime has been like on my neck about seeing it. I got to see like 3 movies this weekend. Too busy.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I got my Mando. He's right there.
Star Wars.
They have a 1/6 scale. What's his name? The Battling Hut. With the swords. Yeah, they have a 1/6 scale of him. Rada. No rush. No rush. No, you know, I got to see it in theaters. I want to see it on the big screen. I want to hear TIE Fighters scream. You know, I want to hear all that cool stuff, dude.
It was fantastic.
See, that's what I'm saying. You ready to talk about some topics, my man?
Let's do it.
Let's get into these weeks, man. First up, we got to talk about it. The Call of War Modern Warfare 4 trailer. What?
Nothing. Just like no rush. It's fine. Like I
know, right?
But no.
You know,
go see it.
You might as well draw a line in the sand, Bradley. With
unless Mike comes in and is like, yeah, no, man, it did the shot. It didn't look as good. Yeah, then I'm gonna tell you no rush. Otherwise, go watch it. It's a summer movie. Eat some popcorn. Enjoy yourselves.
Bradley was talking about Mortal Kombat 2.
No rush. All right. Fine. I thought he was talking about Mandalorian. Sorry, Brad.
No, I'm defensive.
I'm defensive. Pardon me.
This dude turned into a Rancor in 2 seconds, dog. You came out the cut, dog. You know, my bad. You know, you got it, dog. Speaking of things that just came out of the cut, Mandalorian, Jesus, Modern Warfare 4 is out, and it looks like a Modern Warfare game. You know. Wash, before I get into how I feel about it, what were your thoughts on this trailer? Are you a Call of Duty guy? I've never heard you talk about it. Is this something you're hype about?
Here's the thing. I once upon a time enjoyed Call of Duty. That was a very, very long time ago. I am not the biggest Call of Duty guy. I am not hopping on to play a battle, a round, anything like that. I will hop on to play a story mode. And what I thought was actually the problem with this is that the subject matter is fantastic. North Korea, South Korea, all hell's topical, right? The thing about it is, it's a fantastic trailer, as COD always does. It's a fantastic trailer. The story looks like it's gonna be great, but honestly, in reality, that story is bad, and you'll be through it in about 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
so it really kind of downplays it for me because ultimately, at the end of the day, I know that there's not going to be a lot there. You're going to have a couple of people, yeah, throw a grenade over there, shoot that guy. Okay, multiplayer, let's go. And I'm not that guy. So, what I'm going to say about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 is looks cool. I like the trailer. Interesting gameplay with the cars and whatnot. I'm kind of curious what's going on in there. If you bring me some story, I may go ahead and just jump in this thing.
Thank you. You kind of hit the nail on the head for me. And you kind of brought me to earth, down to earth a little bit on this trailer. Because once again, like you, there's a very small window of time where I was a Call of Duty guy. And that was Modern Warfare 2. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, you don't want to lose, you don't want to lose yourself, no Russian, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my era of Call of Duty. And I could care less about the multiplayer. I'm just not, I don't care. I want a good um campaign, and as for as good as their campaigns can be, it's that quick. They want to get you to the multiplayer and spending money on combat packs and daily challenges and all that nonsense that comes with Modern Warfare.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's like they have me in a very peculiar spot in my life right now because I'm not a comic book guy right now. I'm a espionage spy thriller guy right now.
Ooh.
I just finished watching Jack Ryan Ghost whatever, and it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Reacher over again because I love it so much. And it's like, dang it, guys. I didn't know I needed this, I'm looking at 007 and my mouth is starting to water a little bit, because that's looking right up my alley. And watching gameplay on that. So do I buy a $70 game for a 10-hour campaign? Does it seem worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't care about their main. They do it because they have to. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
bro. You wait for the free weekend that's gonna be popping up the first
it out over the
day and
weekend.
knock it out,
Knock it
and
out
that's
over the
it. And
weekend.
that's it. You're like, I'm in and I'm out, and then we're done. And that's it.
That's probably what's it gonna be.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? We got MK. Let me pull up your information, sir. We got Mike. Oh, Mike Prime is here. What's going on, Mike Prime? How you doing, sir? What's going on? We're talking about this Call of Duty trailer. I kind of want, you just brought me down to earth because I was really about to come in here and be like, I may have to get it. But you're right. The campaigns are never long. They're always just kind of like maybe 20 hours, maybe.
So shout out to Random Select. We have a Call of Duty movie coming up.
Literally
a movie called Call of Duty, and it is an action Random Select, so it should be an action movie. The trailer looks great. If you gave it to me for 2 hours animated, I'm like, yeah, let's see what this is doing because it looks cool. It could be like Netflix Rainbow Six Tom Clancy show, which was fantastic. Please watch that. But other than that, $70? Nah, I'm not the multiplayer guy, man.
I'm not.
10-hour story. And frankly, I don't know if I need to shoot things for 40 hours in this manner.
I'm kind of, the older I get, the less I care about violence, bro. Like, I kind of skip past the action scenes in movies nowadays because I'm just like, get back to the story, please. And it's just like, now we fight. And I'm just like, unless it's something I've never seen before, I've seen it all, man. How many times can you kick somebody in the chest out of a third story window or shoot guns and take cover? And I've been there before.
And that's why you sign up to their X page and you follow and you wait for that free weekend XP and you hop in there and you knock it out and you do your 1 or 2 multiplayer battles and you have the COD experience and then it's done.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. So meanwhile, some like 9-year-old's gonna like shoot you down and call you names.
And call you an N-word. And that's just the story of your experience.
That's it. And you're like, well, that's cool.
I never
$1 billion.
That kid was like, "Are you black? You sound black. Are you black?" Like, I gotta get out of here, dog. I'm over this. Immediately over it. I was like,
Another
yeah.
thing I didn't Forza 6. I go to the Horizon Hangout spot, brand new game. No one's hanging out, and I'm
Nobody's hanging
like,
out. People are driving, man.
but why? I was hoping to see some cool cars, even though I showed up in my smashed up car. I was like, yeah,
I want to
where's
see.
the cool cars?
Show
All
me
right,
something to strive to. Show me something
so
to
yeah,
strive toward. Like
yeah,
no. So I guess we're still early. Still early.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess
There's apparently some AI out there that's wreaking havoc on players. Have you heard about that?
no.
Bowie Knife 99. This guy, it's hilarious, right? Okay, before we move on, Bowie Knife 99 is an evil AI that's going out there and terrorizing everybody in Forza. So when you play the game, you're playing against ghosts of your friends, right? Of other people, right? So I played against you when you've done a race. I played against my cousin, but Bowie Knife 99 is apparently like 100% at the game, and it's just like godlike. And when you play against this AI, it's actively trying to kill you. It's like swerving you off bridges. It's smashing on top of you. It's a nightmare, and it's like he's becoming a secret evil that needs to be defeated. And it's like
I,
unstoppable.
I like the fact that someone dropped something cool in there. You know what I mean? If they drop like a TV car section where you get to play like Kit, like the DeLorean, that type of thing, that'd be cool. Because there's room to grow with Forza 6 for sure. They
Yeah.
have a ton of things that they can do with that game.
The
So,
licensing alone, I'm not even a Fast and the Furious guy, but you give me the Dom Toretto, that'd be kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? You give me
family.
family. If you give me Knight Rider Kit, if you give me Kit, I will just buy it. I'm old. I'm really easy to. If you say $100 and it's the Batmobile, any Batmobile,
Yeah.
I may have to break bread on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You want to grab Mike G by the throat? Yeah, you just give me any Batmobile, and I'm kind of bastards. Here you go. Damn it! I knew I was gonna get money. You guys are gonna get my money some kind of way. Speaking of getting that money some kind of way. So I want to talk about this, man. The Steam Deck was for a while was off the shelves. It just during that whole chip shortage. You know what I'm saying? Back when cryptocurrency was eating the universe before AI, and back in the day, it was still expensive as hell. A 1 terabyte OLED was like $649 out the box, bro, before tax. So they've recently restocked the Steam Deck. Now that bad boy is pushing $949 before tax. So out the door, you're going to be breaking at least $1,000. So I actually watched. Have we been priced out of gaming, or has this always been the way?
I think it's just not even a supply and demand problem because there isn't a ton of demand. There is demand, but it's more of a supply problem when it just comes to parts. And so they don't have any choice. Have you played one of these things? These things are freaking awesome. They are freaking cool, and it's probably the only handheld on the market I would even consider buying because you have access to literally everything except Nintendo.
Can't you just plug this into your TV and it's just a
Yeah, dude.
console?
You can be, yeah. It's a one and all package, and it's beautiful. It plays like a dream, like it has its own Wi-Fi, like two battery. Like the thing, is it worth it? And it's like if you are a gamer and you are on the go and you are serious about your games, I would. Yeah, I'd want this over a DS. Yeah, I'd want
Yeah.
this over whatever the Xbox grog is or whatever the hell that thing is called that they're throwing around. So am I happy? No, because I've been eyeing one for a minute,
I
right? And
bet.
they're
Yeah,
actually coming
yeah.
out with I want to say Steam Deck 2's coming out soon or shortly, something of that nature. And so I've been eyeing it. Now it's like, well, no, we're gonna keep on eyeing it
We're just gonna keep
because,
on eyeing it for a
yeah,
little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not about to drop a grant on a handheld, just so I can play what I currently play in my house, which is where, fortunately, I spend 100% of my time. But this thing is freaking awesome, man. I've played it. I spent the time with it. Highly recommended.
I'm all for one-stop shops. You know what I'm saying? Anytime something can provide you a one-stop shop experience and be portable, it's a brilliant idea, right? You know what I mean? Handhelds have been trying to do it since the DS. Like, hey, take this on the go. Hey, plug this thing into your TV. Hey, play all the good games, right? And the industry murmur is that we're being priced out. This stuff is so expensive now. We're being priced out of this hobby. This is a luxury item. Let's not get things twisted. Video games have always been a luxury item since the 80s. You think Nintendos were cheap?
No,
Hell no, man.
no.
Remember back on the Sega Genesis, a game could cost you like $150 in 1992.
Yeah, bro.
That was back then.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They gave us slack when the 360 era came around and kind of slowed things down. You know what I mean?
I
Hard,
think it got down to 40 was like the normal average, and then we've been cruising up ever since. But no,
yeah.
back before the technology was really accessible and, easy to make, no, everything was expensive. Like Nintendo came out in 1988. Do you know how much $100 was worth in 1988? Like,
That's a car payment, man.
ramen was 2 cents. You know how much ramen you can buy with $100? Ramen is 50 cents now. Like you can still buy a lot of ramen, but not as much. So, yeah,
I
and
mean,
not
this
to
is
just go
just
off of ramen. I just grocery prices in general. Just pick a thing. And the ramen thing, just pro food tip. Get yourself a little pack of salt shaker. Take the seasoning packet, rip that thing open, put it in the
okay.
shaker, use
Okay.
it for all your meats.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Bro.
Okay, I don't mean to just veer off with some ramen tips. Get you a little bit of peanut butter, right? Get you a little scoop of
Mm.
peanut butter. Mix it in the broth when you're cooking it with the ramen.
Ooh.
Creams up the ramen. It gives it a nice little consistency. Stick to the
Mm.
noodles better. Promise you, you just want your own pad thai at the house. Put a little scoop of peanut butter in that bad boy. Sounds crazy. You'll love it. You'll thank me
I,
later.
I'm very interested, and I also gotta go. Did you know people eat ramen like by itself? I was watching
Yeah,
a food show. Like they just eat it. Like I was like, what? You can do that? I
people
still haven't tried it, but yeah,
people
apparently it's
eat
a
that
thing.
shit like chips. Dog.
Like what?
It's
All right.
it just Brett Haley said, "Never, Mike. I will
No.
not." You add a little sriracha, you add a little peanut butter in your broth, you will change your effing life. Mike,
Chopstick.
little chopsticks, put
Yeah,
yourself
let's
some
go.
bean sprouts in there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Put a hard boiled egg in the water first. You cook the hard boiled egg, you take it out, then you make your ramen, and then you have yourself a nice little hard boiled egg with your ramen, bro. It also thickens, and the yolk of the ramen thickens the. Shut up. All right, we're moving on. Sorry.
MOTN first taste.
MOTN first taste. You guys want to get some Bodak ramen? Some Shin Black, bro? Don't get me effing started, dude. I'm a
Nice.
I'm a ramen bro. We're moving on. I'm a ramen bro. We're moving on. Speaking of being bros, X-Men season 2 is back, baby. Uh I have so many thoughts about this, but I'm gonna start with you, Wash. After watching this trailer, are you hyped?
I am mildly hyped. I remember how
Yeah.
much I liked it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It was my show of the year. I want to say like 2 years ago when we did that, it was my show of the year. And yes, I am hyped. It's been a minute, so I kind of forgot about it. The trailer didn't really get good till about halfway through, and then it would like picked up and I was like, okay, I like what we're doing, but I was mostly just confused, and we
Right.
all know the director shenanigans, creator shenanigans, so I'm not
Yep.
going to get involved with all that. But
Mhm.
does it look significantly different from season one, like character drawings? Because to my eye it does, and it's not necessarily for the better.
Very good question. So, and you touched on something, and Bradley just touched on it. Uh, you remember how I was about this series. I wouldn't shut up about it. I was almost brought to tears by how much I love this series. It was my number one
Yeah,
favorite Disney Plus show of all time. Watch that episode. Great
it
episode.
was.
But that was before all the nonsense with the showrunner and his kind of spiral and kind of took the series with him. So we know he wrote this season, right? but he didn't write season 3. I don't think he wrote season 3. So his influence stops with this season. You know what that tells me? One way or another, season 3 is going to be different. Whether it's going to be
Hmm.
better or worse, we just don't know. So it sets a cap of my expectation, and it sets a cap on my excitement for this, because I it's like build me up buttercup, right? It's like I don't want to get so invested and I love this season again. And then season 3 is just, it's like the difference between Batman the animated series and the new adventures of Batman and Robin. There's a
Yeah.
difference of what you're seeing, and exactly your point about the animation. The animation changes, right? The TLC of Batman the Animated Series seasons 1 and 2 cannot be matched. Those dudes were doing next level stuff. And then in the Adventures of Batman and Robin, they pull it all back and change the animation style and get lazy. And you're like, oh, well, okay. What I'm seeing here is it's a drop in quality from what I saw, right?
Right.
But I don't know how big of a drop in quality until I'm sitting there watching it.
Like it's like almost if you and I'm just thinking in my head like Rogue from season 1 and Rogue from this one. It wasn't her who stood out, but she's the one I remember now. Like there's almost like a fidelity difference in season 1
Mm,
compared to season 2, and it's like why does this Rogue look more almost like
jagged.
pencilish,
Maybe
pencil.
that's maybe that's
There
the
was some
decision.
weird angles going on with people's like body style too, and so it just looked a tad bit different than season 1. It did make me want to go revisit season 1, which I
Me too.
probably will do
Yeah.
because that was good. So I know that. That's
Yeah.
easy.
I mean, that's an easy
In
lift
fact, I
because
may start that tomorrow. Like, put that in my Star Wars, like, Ron. Yeah, one quick episode of X-Men here. Like, yeah, get in. Yeah.
yeah, sneak it in, dude. And it's about Apocalypse, and Apocalypse is one of my favorite X-Men villains, especially in the animated series. I don't know if it's the original voice actor from the original series, because one thing you need to know about Mike G is like I'm 7% Apocalypse quotes from
Oh,
X-Men 90s, because he's
damn.
just the best character ever. Mike Prime will tell you one of my favorite lines from X-Men the animated series is from Apocalypse, where he says, "You guys think you're any closer to kill me? You know, closer than the Babylonians with their swords and fire sticks. You know, they have all this technology." And he laughs. It's so effing good, right?
Damn.
So hype about Apocalypse, not so hype about the future of whatever this is. I'm hoping they pivot and do like a Spider-Man 97, like to stop in X-Men 97 at season 2, pivot to Spider-Man 97, you know, pivot to Fantastic
Well,
Four in 97. Because all that stuff came out around the same time, you
yeah,
know.
and we got Spider-Man, the one Spider-Man, which I really liked and other people didn't. But I don't know what, I don't even remember the name of it at this stage. But yeah, we could do another Spider-Man for sure.
You said you had questions that needed to be
That
answered.
was the questions. That was the question about the art style, because I
Yeah.
needed to know, is this a different vision? I guess you answered it. So it ends with him. That all because the story's his doesn't mean like the art is his, and all because like some of the art looks like previous season 1 doesn't mean that all the art's going to look the same. So that could just be my eye. I will have to go back
I'm
and
gonna watch the trailer
further
again because
review.
I didn't catch any hard differences, but it could be by design. Maybe they wanted to go more of a pencily, comic bookish kind of design. I don't know. I have to
I don't
watch the
know.
trailer again. I have to watch the trailer again. But interesting call out. Absolutely. Speaking of interesting things, I saw this. I just saw this article, and I certain things Mike G just can't help himself. You know, I just can't help myself. This is too crazy. Florida man accused of using a chainsaw to steal $12,000 in Pokemon cards. Mysterious figure gains entry to a store overnight, smashes the window with a rock, brings in a small chainsaw. They literally found him immediately because he was all over the camera. Idiot had his license plate still on, you know what I mean? Literally a cartoon blood trail right to his house, you know what I mean? Wash, you're a purveyor of third party goods. You're a purveyor of, you know, things you may need or want to buy online. You know what I mean? Shout out your store. Go for it real
Yes.
quick.
Rebels Collectibles Archive. You can find some Pokemon cards. Nothing super cool, but we do have them there. And by we, I mean me. Go
There
shop.
you go shop. As a gentleman who finds ways to find these cool things to sell on his shop, I have to ask you just a simple question. Is it ever this serious? Is the conquest of finding these rare finds ever
Bro,
that
some of these
serious?
cards are worth
I
like
know.
a million freaking bucks, 100,000 G's if you go through the mobsters of the PSA. And yeah, I said it, the entire damn thing is a racket and turns me off. But I do have a bunch of trading cards. That said, like, yeah, I can see people like it's the same thing as, bunch of people walking into the Gucci store and smash and grab, and
Smash
it's
and
like,
grab.
yeah, bro, I just got myself $40,000 worth of Gucci purses. What you gonna do with them? I don't know.
I got
You
him
know,
though.
so yeah, I got them. Yeah, it's money. So, um, this guy did not seem very smart, and I guess Florida is probably the key word in
Key,
that sentence.
highly
Sorry,
researched term.
sorry, Florida people, you did it to
Hashtag,
yourselves. I'm in
hashtag Florida
Wisconsin.
man.
You
You
know
know,
what? We drink a lot here. I will agree. There you go. So, um, is it ever that serious, Mike? I, I don't know if this specific idea is that serious, but as someone who will easily, random box on the street, random bag on the street, open that thing up just to look if there's something worth money in there, yeah, sometimes it's that serious, but no, don't go rob people for trading cards.
when I think of, we all have angels and demons on our shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And we all have, from time to time, have wanted to use our 5 finger discount, but you're a decent person, so you don't do it. You know what I mean? You kind of, nah, that's not me. I'm too beautiful for jail. You know what I'm saying? But when I think of things like this, it always reminds me of, once again, Nicolas Cage in Raising Arizona, where he
Ooh.
steals the baby from the guy who has like 19 kids, and he's like a tycoon. And I'm like, when you think of this plan, like, all right, I got my chainsaw, I got my rock. I'm gonna go to the Pokemon store. I'm gonna throw the rock. I'm gonna use the chainsaw. I'm gonna find that $17 trillion EV, and we out. We out. We out. We out. We out. Like, do people think through these things? Are
It's
they just
called
like,
the
let's?
meth. like it's called meth, bro. like no, no.
No.
But
Yes.
sometimes, it's the best idea someone has. And again, I'm not condoning it, but it's not the craziest story I've ever seen or heard of. You know what I mean?
You're
And out in
generally
LA,
right.
you got this happening every week in Beverly Hills at a store.
Maybe I'm just too sophisticated, man. Maybe this is, I don't know. Maybe generally LOL. Because it's like, yeah, you do a bump and you're Superman, right? Whoa, let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's do it right now. Next thing you know, you're this guy. You know what I'm saying? And wearing a hockey mask, and you'll draw us with a chainsaw, running out bloody with Pokemon cards. Like, that's where you are in life. That's where you found yourself. Holy shit.
It was really the blood that got me to that point, because it's like, if you had your mind with you, you aren't cutting yourself. You know what I mean? You're careful with the chainsaw. It's like, dude, this is a freaking chainsaw. I'm going to break some stuff. I'm not going to hurt myself.
Okay.
No.
This is the Pokemon card. This is the chainsaw. All right, I got to switch hands here. Oh, shit. Fuck, I cut myself with my chainsaw. Why do I even need it?
Yeah.
I love it. I hope that guy finds his kingdom of heaven, dog.
Yeah, he's going to have like 25 to 30.
Over Pokemon, dog. Speaking of people who are almost getting time, do you know anything about this story? This is a very interesting.
No, not till it wound up on the lineup. No.
So I'm not too familiar with George R. Gutierrez, but apparently he is a animator and fairly well known in the animation industry. To the point where him doing, pretty much aligning himself with Amazon's AI generated creators fund to make these AI generated animated series caused so much uproar in the industry that he literally had to resend his contract with Amazon and publicly apologize. So pretty much what happened is this guy was going to make a cartoon called Pucky Duck. Pucky Duck rules, 1,000 years Pucky Duck, right? And he made a big deal of it. It's like, man, we're creators trying to figure out this AI thing. We're just trying to, be a part of it. We want to be able to have creative control. I'm working with Amazon. It's going to be great, right? We're going to figure this out together. This man, in the course of a week, literally got like rose from Star Wars hell from everybody in the industry. Literally, you know, death threats. I mean, like freaking breaking him down. Guillermo del Toro commented on this.
Yeah.
And he just got bullied out of it. I've never seen anything like it. He got bullied out of his money, out of his contract, out of his future. And I have to ask you, Wash, why are people so vitriolic towards this? Is it, I mean, I can't think of that since like Motor City robots taking over like the Ford plants. I have never seen people act like this. Like, this is crazy to me.
I did see something about this from some folks in AI. The Plucky Duck, they were talking about Plucky Duck. They were Plucky Duck fans, and they were fans of his. They worked in the entertainment industry, but they're also pro AI. One of them being Kevin Pereira's buddy. They do AI for Humans on YouTube.
Nice.
Fantastic show. Keeps you informed about what's going on in the AI sphere weekly, that type of thing. So shout out to them. Secondly, people have lost their minds, and I'm going to say this as nicely as I can because we're in the Nerdiverse, and it's a Friday night, and we are leaving stuff at home. Folks, like, you're going to have to get over it because it's literally not going anywhere. So learn to use it and stop giving people hell when they're trying to learn to use it, especially a professional. It's not like he's going to turn out some sort of crap and be like, here, put my name on this crap. Same thing with Ben Affleck, also getting a lot of hell for having a little bit of an AI movie studio. Like, they're professionals. You know what I mean? If I told you that I had a banana, an orange, and a slice of wheat bread, but Bobby Flay was cooking it, would you eat it?
He'll probably hook it up.
Yeah, you're probably going to get something kind of cool. So let these creators create and let them use the new tools. What is the popular graphic thing that came out 2000s? People still use, cost a bunch of money.
Photoshop, like Adobe
Photoshop. People hated freaking Photoshop.
Yeah.
Guess what everybody uses now?
Photoshop.
And you know what? Photoshop's dead. You heard it here. It died 2 years ago. Just to let you know. Why? Because of freaking AI. So, let these people work. This is the next phase of work. And if you don't know how to work with it, people are going to be like, you know how to use AI? No. Oh, I'm going to have to hire this guy. So, let these people, who want to get on the bandwagon, get on the bandwagon. But, it comes from a place of fear. I understand. I get it. Resources, fear. I get it. It's Friday night in the Nerdisphere. Guys, we've been here for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down. But do be cautious of the robot uprising because it is a very real and clear threat. I joke you not. The Pope is coming out writing a palpable document in regards to AI. Like, it is serious. They are serious that there are consequences to it, but at the same time, you got to learn to cook with what you have.
I mean, it almost reminds me of the splitting of the atom. This is some Manhattan Project type stuff where we didn't know about it until someone broke it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like nobody knew what a atom bomb was until look, it's Hiroshima, you know, yikes, right? And you know, oops. And it's like you guys are just fighting against the tide, really. You know what I mean? And you're fighting people who, like you said, are trying to get a grip on this thing. Because and there was a whole nother AI topic we could have talked about Stan Lee and the
Oh yeah.
nonsense with that. I left that off because I just like I don't want to beat that. I don't want to beat this horse too
Mhm.
much. But it's Nerdiverse. This is a topic of discussion. This is coming. It's here, and we can't just blindly shoo it away. This isn't the Spanish Inquisition. This isn't the Crusades. You know,
No.
you can't fight progress with old school, thought processes. Because like you said, 5 years from now, not even that. In a job interview, someone's going to ask you, "Do you know how to command an AI prompt?" What is that? We're going to go talk to the guy who knows what I'm talking about, and you're
You
going to
want
be
to eat or
SOL.
not?
You want to eat or
like,
not? And it's
like,
like these guys are trying to understand it because it's such a it's such a complex thing to certain people. AI is way more complex than what Gemini provides you, even to what ChatGPT provides you, because that's literally holding your hand. I'm sure there's different layers of this stuff that is insane. So this guy, I don't want anybody being bullied online. People get an effing grip. He's not, what I'm saying? People can compare this to selling poison. And it's like, I get it. We're all afraid of the future, but you get down or you lay down in situations like this
I
because it's
don't
here. It's
hear
not going nowhere.
anyone yelling at Jeff Bezos about his carbon footprint this morning.
Oh, they're yelling.
Jeff
It's
Bezos, go away! Like,
He's just too loud to. It's just you're people are yelling, but so many people are just like, I want my Amazon. I want my Amazon delivery 2 days. And that's louder than save the whales. You know what I'm
bro,
saying? And it's we'll see because these things are expensive until they're not. You know what I mean?
correct,
They're complicated until they're not, and
correct.
you know, a supercomputer was the size of a town back in the 70s and 80s. Now it's in the palm of your hand. There's change, right? And I hope our planet can hold the line while we figure this out because the powers that be aren't letting us go. And it is what it is. Until the dollars stop making sense, we're gonna have to figure this out for our own sanity. Because guess what? You don't think there was any kind of AI used in Mandalorian and Grogu? You'll be a
Actually,
fool.
there looks like there was one or two, and I was like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
okay,
You don't think there's
maybe.
any AI whatsoever in Call of Duty 4 or
Yeah,
even at your own work
yeah,
prompt?
yeah.
Dude, like I took a screenshot of something earlier, and on my phone it automatically settled to AI enhance this image. You have to choose not to do it. Otherwise, it's going to AI enhance it no matter what. This is just the future, guys.
And it
Oh
didn't
man,
take long.
and it didn't take long, and it's just getting started. So I don't want to keep putting these AI things on the docket because it is a bit of a bittersweet thing because it does really affect a lot of people's jobs. Hell, my career was tanked because of AI. It's just AI model did it better than any human, apparently. But we'll see. We'll see what this develops into. But leave these people alone is really my, really my don't
Let them work, bro.
let him learn and make his mistakes or make his triumphs. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, it's a weird discussion. And speaking of weird discussions, our favorite AI, Asha Sharma. Until I see her on flipping screen, I'm holding to that, dude.
Bro.
Uh, she pretty she pretty much addressed her staff and let them know that quote unquote hard choices are ahead of Microsoft to rebuild their gaming brand. Wash, you've been in the corporate sector as much as I have. If your boss told you that quote unquote hard choices were coming down the line, How would that make you feel?
Oh man, immediately like we start looking at pecking orders, it's like who's gone? Well, someone's gone. I don't know.
Nobody's
It's me.
gone.
It's not gonna be me. You want to know why? Because I'm about to stab you in the back right now. So
It gets
like,
dusty real
move.
quick, man.
Yeah, bro, it gets questionable. Here's what I'm gonna say about these comments. I'm not gonna go on too long because I'm gonna give Asha a chance to do her job.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if these are the comments I would have made out loud or allowed to, just be out there presented in this manner, but I believe she's a young CEO, so there's some growing pains, right? Why wouldn't you have said these words? Because it conflicts with everything Xbox has literally said within the last, let's say, 6 months. We
Six
got a
months.
new system coming out, right?
Mhm. Yep.
You got a
Whatever that
server.
project Helix,
Project
whatever the hell.
Project Helix, you have a survey going out to the folks. Hey, what type of games you want? Exclusives. What does that mean? That means Xbox workers, right? You have price cuts, Game Pass coming up, right? So there's this huge focus on Xbox is great, Xbox is mighty. We're going back to being Xbox, but how can you say that hard times are coming when you're popping bottles with new systems and new logos and new branding and everything's new? It seems like you should have led with these comments, right?
Yeah.
Let all the nonsense happen, and then pop some bottles with Project Helix and the rest of it. Yeah,
Yeah, right?
we're getting the band
Right?
together. So,
Yeah.
these are my comments. We have a lot of game stuff coming up this week, so I'm certainly not going to harp it on because there's going to be more next week for sure. And if I see Xbox Direct, oh well, we're doing this and we're doing this, and Xbox is gonna be everywhere. And Xbox, I'm gonna come back to these comments next week and go, I thought hard times was coming. Like, what are we doing here, man? What are we saying? What are you selling? I'm a salesman and a marketing guy. What are you selling? And you're not doing a good job of it right now, but you're young and you have a lot on your plate.
It's really it sucks. It's because we just talked about this from Marvel. Remember with the whole CinemaCon thing? We've made $6 billion, but you just laid
Yeah.
off like 5,000 people, dude. So there's really nothing to celebrate about. So Project Helix, and you guys want exclusives, you're gonna get exclusives, and Xbox is
Don't
back.
ask the question if you're not going to
Don't-
follow up.
Yeah.
You didn't ask us if we want exclusives just to be like, oh, we're going to give you, a new controller.
Yeah. And it's like Xbox is back, baby. But internally, it's like, yeah, a lot of you other efforts who've just been sitting around, playing Gradius on your computers, you're part of the problem. And I'm the new sheriff in town, and I'm going to clean house. And I'm going to bring in my people, and we're going to we're going to bring peace, serenity, and justice to our new empire, your new empire, And it's like, nobody wants to hear that, dude. It's such a CYA type thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We're bringing in all these initiatives, and Xbox is going to be a headliner. But you whisper, yeah, it's going to be some tough times ahead, man. We're going to have to make some hard cuts. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of one of the slimiest corporate things I've seen in real life. This happened at the company that shall not be named. You know what I mean? We both
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
And I remember it was crazy. So, real quick story. They put the entire department in the break room. Domino's pizzas all around, right? We're having a good time. Shasta sodas. It's cheap. Keep it cheap, baby. Keep it cheap, right? And they said, guys, do us a favor. Do us a quick favor. These two departments stand over here, and you guys two departments stand over there, right? We're going to play a game. Well, actually, we have a big announcement. We're so happy to announce that we're teaming up with XYZ to outsource these particular initiatives. We're going to be saving money. The company's going to be bigger than ever. A new era. But guess what? You guys, Team B over there, you're the ones being outsourced. You know what I mean? So guess what that means? We're liquidating your departments effective immediately. And we all just dropped our faces like, what the F just happened? But But there's a bright side. Some of you have earned merit to be liquidated into different departments. Those will get an email at the end of the day. Everybody else will have a meeting right after this meeting to discuss your future at XYZ. And nobody ate, nobody drank. We all just sat there like, this is evil. This is just evil, corporate evil. And this is what this reminds me of. We're ushering a new future at Xbox. Hey, T&B over there, can we talk to you for a minute? You know what I'm saying? I know you guys get up at 5, but can we have a quick little 4:45 powwow? You know what I'm saying?
But as you said, they might be part of the problem. It's the old regime. This is how you got here. We see it with sports teams all the time. All the time. Like, all these 17 coaches, all y'all fired. I got my crew because we're going to get this thing done. So
I'm the new head coach. This is my vision for the future. You guys aren't part of it.
I'm just going to say, I'm not sure if Asha, who I don't believe worked in the gaming industry before this job, has a bunch of people. So,
I mean, if she came from OpenAI, it's I think where she came from.
Oh, is that where she came from?
I think so. I think she came from OpenAI. You don't think she's going to bring in a ton of OpenAI people with her that she depends on, that she trusts to help her bring her new vision to life? You don't think she's going to import these people who have no idea what gaming is, but she knows what to say to us nerds to keep us hype? You don't think
if you want to go down like a soap opera story, go down the OpenAI employee directory. Just Wikipedia that nonsense and look at their heads and read about all the shenanigans that have gone on between these folks. It was not a very well run company. It is what it is.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's from OpenAI. I think she was.
I don't know.
Over there.
I do not know. But if that is the case, that is a very interesting choice for Xbox, in my opinion.
Any port in the storm, baby. Is that or just liquidate the whole thing?
We'll see what's coming up this week, baby. Let's go.
That's the topic of the evening for Master of the Nerdiverse, episode 166. Are you sure AI is bad? Jorge is asking everyone as they literally stand out his house with fire sticks and pit bulls on chains. You know what I'm saying? Harkening my man out. Crazy episode. That went fast, man. I didn't expect the episode. Feels like it went quick. A lot of fun time. So at the end of all things, Wash, of these 4 topics, which one did you find yourself having the most interesting conversation about?
I think I'm gonna go with Call of Duty.
Sticking with it, huh?
I'm gonna go with Call of Duty. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Call of Duty. Even though they were all good conversations, there were a couple of bummers in there. We got a price increase, we got crazy stuff, and then dude being bullied. No, COD wins this.
Yeah, let's keep it on the bright side.
COD wins this one, bro.
Out of sheer positivity. To go over COD because all this stuff is it's not great.
And the subject matter isn't great with COD. You know what I mean? There's Korean. like what are we doing here? So yeah, COD.
Yeah, do I want to play a game that's gonna piss off one of our major like global enemies?
Bro,
how is this game? Who is this for, Doug? You know, like who's this game for? I don't want to make them mad. I got no beef with them. You know, I'm saying that on a live channel. I don't know if I want to play that game where I'm like, yeah, that's the bad guy, you know. But I guess somebody has to be the bad guy. Can't always be Nazis, right? You know, it was easy. You know, it's like, what did they say? A writer was like, you know, what are you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. That's what I'm saying. Nothing. Go on.
You know what? Wash, do you have any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
I do not. Go hug a Nerdiverse this weekend. Get into some gaming. There's some Spider-Man noir. Rewatch X-Men. play COD 3. You know, there's a ton of stuff to do. If you can, go to a Best Buy and play a Steam Deck. That thing is cool. And if you got 1,000 beans, go buy that thing for 1,000 beans if you're into gaming. So it is
Man,
definitely something you can play in bed, and you're like, you have the full blown experience, and you're just like, this thing is rules. So
you know what my homework is for the Nerdiverse this weekend? And we talked about food and ramen and all that cool stuff.
yeah,
Go out and get something you haven't tried before. That's my Nerdiverse. Go outside, find a restaurant, find a style of food that you've always been kind of, I don't know, I'll give it a shot. Give it a shot this weekend. Go see a movie. There's tons of stuff out. He-Man comes out next week. I'm going to have to
sweet.
ditch work at some point to go see He-Man. I don't know how I'm
Bro's
going to
gonna be
figure
in the
that out.
theater for four showings. It's like bam, 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 bam.
And
He
there will
been
be
here all
six,
day.
and there will
Yeah.
be a combined 6 people in the theater. Because nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares anymore, dog. Oh man. With that being said, guys, as always, I will ask you to like the content. If you like the content, we're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to get more visibility. Next week is random selects, bruh. Only the strong versus the Bamimi code. I want to
The
say is round
Bamimi
2.
code, correct.
Yeah, so new random select next week. Me and Wash are gonna bust our brains together against those 2 films. Check it out. Comment. Let us know if we were off about anything. Um, AI is evil. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Go for it. We love to hear it. We need diversity in the community. And subscribe so that you're made aware when new content goes live on the channel. With that, I've been your Master of the Nerdiverse host, Mike D. And with me over here is our Master of the Nerdiverse, Horst Wash, and we are the Master of the Nerdiverse podcast. With that, I'll be saying MOTN out. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by.